We're back. Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Adrian, and welcome back to Invisimal's Shadow Zone. Now, I know some of you guys might be confused, like, what? Some of you guys are probably asking yourselves, why are you going back to the Shadow Zone when you literally started Lost Tries, which is the third game of the franchise? Well, that's because even though I beat this game and did like a lot of stuff, like get all the Dark Invisibles, I've never actually finished the collection, which is the point of why I was revisiting Invisimal's. So this is my video from about like a month ago on my last Invisimal's Shadow Zone video, where I basically got all the Dark Invisibles. And if you actually check out my collection, as you can see, I didn't really finish all of it. I was missing a lot of them, but most of them I was able to get. Like, as you can see, I kind of have about like 70% of them done here, but there was a lot of them that I couldn't get yet because they were either multiplayer exclusive or they were online exclusive, so I couldn't get them. But with the help of the Invisimal's community, thank you guys so much, by the way, if you check out the catalog, I now have almost every single Invisimal done now, including all of the multiplayer ones, except for a couple of them. Long story short, in my last video, I basically said when I do the 100%, I'm going to just kind of grind off camera, because a lot of these, like for example, these like Hydra, Draco, Sabretooth, Kriller, even these guys as well, all of them I could get. I just needed to get the pup cult form and then I'll be done the page. But some Invisimals are multiplayer exclusive, like I said before. For example, when you first start an Invisimal Shadow Zone, you have the choice of picking one of these 4 starters, and that's basically it. So the way that it works is that when you want to get Stingwing, you have to say that you've never played Invisibles before, and then they'll only give you the option to capture Stingwing, but you can't capture Flameclaw, you can't capture Hilltopper or Iceline. So then you have to go to another save file, and then you have to trade them over, and then finally after you get 3 of those, then you can obviously get all of the max forms. But not only is this first page kind of like multiplayer exclusive, but also the dragons. You need to do a cooperative capture for the multiplayer dragons, and I can't do that. I'm also pretty sure that you need like multiplayer for getting Jungleus, which we actually got on Lost Tribes, which is really cool. And then even for Tiger Shark, you have to have the previous game to have all the Tiger Sharks unlocked. So yeah, if you don't have like a co-op, if you can't play online, then you can't get like what, like basically about 15 Invisimals. But yeah, because of the Invisibles community and because of the save files of Bread and El Keto 57, I was able to get all of the Invisibles that I did not have that were multiplayer exclusive. Obviously for these guys, like I would just get 3 pups and then level them all up myself. The only help that I've had was just getting all of the pup variations. As you can see, these are also 3 brand new multiplayer Invisimals that we're actually going to be leveling up in this video. But yeah, this is a Shizuku, never had it before. I have 3 pups of these so I can get the Colt and the max form. And then I have a Koi, 3 Koi pups for the Colt and the max forms. And after that, we should be done. And also you get a reward if you actually get all of the max forms of all the capturable Invisimals that you can get. So excluding all of the multiplayer ones, you actually get this brand new Invisimal called a Unicorn. Never seen it before in my life. So yeah, in today's video, we're actually revisiting Shadow Zone, and we're going to finally finish the 100% by maxing out Shizuku, getting all of the family, getting the Colt, getting the max form, and then doing the same thing for Koi, get the Colt and the max form. And then after that, we should have every single Invisimal collected in the most legit way possible, other than trading in all of the multiplayer exclusives, obviously. But yeah, before we get into that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the Invisimal series. I know I'm behind on Invisimal's uploads. I'm sorry. I've been playing Expedition 33, okay? The game is amazing. But after this upload, you guys should be seeing a 100% video on the main channel where I cover everything, so that's gonna be really fun to make. Yeah, after we get these guys maxed out, we're gonna go back and just kind of like look through and go over every single form and just kind of rate the designs. I'm not gonna be super critiquing about it because I'm not an artist, you know, I'm unemployed. Actually, that's something we have in common. But yeah, I did a lot of grinding. I got a bunch of brand new max forms like Gold Bug Max. I've never actually seen these before, but they look so cool. Now, grinding in Invisimals, I will say it is very, very tedious. Basically, my route is I'm gonna be farming in Barcelona up to level 7, and then after Barcelona, we're gonna head on over to I think India or Sri Lanka, and then it's India. We're gonna be farming in India to get to level 9, so we should probably, I think in about like maybe 15 minutes we should be done about that. I think I've showed this before, but I'll just go over it again. So basically what I'll do is I'll pick one of these 4 guys, Danny, Joan, Alberto, or Jordy. You pick one of them. So let's I think Koi is gonna look really cool, so let's do Shizuku first. So what we need to do is we need to get 1 Shizuku to level 7 and then 1 Shizuku to level 5. The level 5 we're never gonna touch, but then the level 7 we're gonna turn into a max. Let's see this first attack. Wow, this guy does a lot of damage. Dude, I was grinding Pesci, which is the camel Invisimal in this game. Oh my god, I think I hate him the most. I'm gonna be going over it as I like go through the entire list, but dude, that thing literally made me want to quit this entire grind. What I would be doing is I would literally sit there and try to capture all of the, you know, the pup, Colt, and max forms. But for some reason, that guy just did not want to be caught. I don't know why. Also, on top of that, whenever I do these battles to like level him up, dude, he would take forever. He does like negative damage or something like that. Oh, that's why this guy does so much damage. He starts off with 14 attack. Dude, Pesci, this, let me actually show you guys. So obviously you saw my last video. I only had like 70%, but like a lot of them are really easy to catch, right? Like all of these guys, like by the way, Hippopotamus, look, max form. absolute killer design. But some of these guys were really easy. A lot of their puzzles are pretty straightforward. Like it maybe took me like 2 to 3 tries to get all of the forms, but some of them, like Heshi, you would have to basically blow on the hole in his back. That's a weird way to put it, but you have to basically blow air in like a pattern. But the thing is, your trap card would glitch, so it would make getting this guy like this impossible task. On top of that, he starts off with 10 attacks, so even when you level him up to get to the Colt form, as you can see, my Colt form, I max out the attack. This guy is a slog, but everything else was pretty easy to get, like Rattle Raptor. I mean, Sand Flame already saw in Lost Tribes as well. Pesci max. I think that's the only time there's Pesci. Gold Bug. I think Gold Bug is one of my favorite designs right now. Everyone else was really pretty straightforward. It was just Pesci. Man, it was just Pesci. Also, real quick, I just want to apologize. I know a lot of you guys have been like looking for Invizimals videos and Subnautica videos, or even some Cobblemon videos. I've just been really busy with uploading stuff for the main channel, specifically for Fossil Fighters Champions and for Invisible Shadow Zone. I just uploaded Fossil Fighters Champions, I think a couple of days ago, and now I have to do the 100% for Invisible Shadow Zone. I believe is due to be uploaded by tomorrow. But after that, I think I'm gonna be working on my Expedition 33 100%. I'm actually almost done that. I just uploaded the finale a couple of days ago. By the way, that game 100% must play. Probably the best game I've ever played in my life. After I finish doing the 100% for that and then having that edited up, I should be able to go and finally play all of the other Invizimals games. I want to try and play the new Invizimals games, the ones on the PS Vita, but the problem is I don't know how that would be recorded because I'm still playing on the PSP and I have the recording set up for this, but I'm not so sure how it's going to work on the PS Vita. And then also on top of that, I don't know how long it's going to be because it's not like a traditional Invizimals games. It's more of like a campaign game. Also, I still have to finish Subnautica, and then like I said, I had to do the Expedition 33 100%, which I'm almost done. I'm getting there. But yeah, probably by the time you guys are seeing this video, it's gonna be uploaded later today. I think it's like 9 a.m. right now I'm playing, so I'm probably gonna be uploading this around like, let's say 5 to 6 p.m. but then hopefully by tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a video up because I'm going to be editing the Invisible Shadow Zone 100%. All right, Shizuku Evolution. There's just so many things I need to do and I'm just a little bit overwhelmed, but it's fun, you know. Oh, I don't know why I did not expect this. It's like a boxer, a boxing Asian pig. Yeah, there's like a lot of things I want to do. Like I want to play the Invisible Islands, which is an Invizimals like Pokemon version game, like a Pokemon campaign, but with Invizimals instead of Pokemon. I think I gotta check out the Invizimals Cobblemon mod. There's just so many things I gotta do, and I would be doing it, but then Expedition 33 dropped, and then that game was peak, so then I'm playing that. Okay, so now I should be level 7. Yep. Okay, so now that I'm level 7, I should be able to now go straight to India, and then any of these guys should be really easy for me to kill. Let me see actually how much damage you're doing. Yep. Dude, for some reason, Invizimals has like a really weird audio mix. Like some of the music is really loud, but then when it comes to battling and cutscenes, sometimes it's really low, sometimes it's super loud. So whenever I balance the audio and editing, it's so weird. So sorry if you guys have issues with that. All right, but now we're level 9. Let's see what this form looks like. I'm so excited to be doing this 100%. I can't wait to be done with this and then move on to Lost Tribes. I still have a lot of grinding to do on Lost Tribes. I'm still like, what, like 60% of the way done? And then I got all the multiplayer Invizimals, and then, oh, it's a whole, whoa. He kind of looks like a goblin. Wait, he's a samurai pig. Oh my god. Okay, so now we just need the Colt form. I'm just gonna do that really quickly, you guys. Okay, so now we have the Colt form for Shizuku. Now we literally only need one more. We just need Koi, and then we have everything. I don't think you get a reward for doing all of this. Your reward for getting every max form should just be Unicorn, I'm pretty sure, and we already have Unicorn. So let's head on back to Barcelona and pick Koi. Please tell me you do a lot of damage. I don't want to keep doing this. I just realized there's a lot of Japanese like multiplayer ones, huh? Koi fish and then the samurai pig. Wait, this attack's actually crazy. It's so fast. Okay, honestly, the stat's not bad. He has a lot of stamina starting out. All right, now we're at the evolution. Dude, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go, and it kind of makes me miss like this simple way of evolving, because in Pokemon Go, you need to catch like 50 copies of one Pokemon to get enough candy to evolve it, and it just makes no sense. Oh, what? What? It grows legs? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quickly level up the other koi fish to Colt, and then we can finish off the 100% with just a max koi fish reaction to the form. And then, dude, speaking of mobile games, I've been playing a fuck ton of Brawl Stars, which is like absolute cancer. I don't know why I've been doing that. Damn, even that move is crazy. Look at this. Bing, bang, bang, bang. Although I do believe these pop up in Lost Tribes. I don't remember. I know Lost Tribes is like the accumulation of all the Invizimals though. Okay, here we go. Colt form. Okay, nice. All right, so now we're free to go ahead and get the max form. Oh my god, we're at the finish line. Honestly, I could have done this in probably like a week if I really sat down and just grinded and not, you know, played Lost Tribes. But can you blame me? Can you blame me for trying to play Lost Tribes? I've been honestly thinking about playing Fossil Fighters, the what is it called? The third one, the one that everyone hates. Because apparently it's actually not that bad as people tell me it is. I know it's bad. I played a little bit. I played like 10 minutes when I was a kid. But apparently if you just kind of take it at face value and not think of it as a Fossil Fighters game, it's a good game. So I've been thinking about playing a playthrough on that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna shoot myself. Where I think this is it. Level 9. If this thing grows 4 more arms, I'm gonna lose my mind. Whoa. It turns into a koi fish centaur. Wait. Every single invisible shadow zone finally collected. It only took me a month because it took me a month to finish the grind. I'm flipping the camera over. Let's look at every single design. Okay, so we looked at Stingwing before. Stingwing is just, you know, Stingwing. Then we got Flame Claw, regular Flame Claw design. Not bad. Hilltopper. Not bad. Smash Hilltopper Max. Nice line pub. Okay. Hot. Okay, now all of the Shadow Zone designs. Hydra. Cool pub form. Not bad cult form. I like the max form. It's kind of mogging me. We got Draco. I love Draco's capture puzzle. Probably one of my favorite, where you shoot a laser at him to kind of mold him out of stone, I believe. Draco Colt, fire. Draco Max, fire. I kind of like the cult design even more than the max form for some reason. Sabretooth, cute. Like the puzzle. Cool cult form. Beautiful max form. Kriller, get it from a tournament. Not bad. Colt, okay. Max, not bad. Reminds you of Wailord. Then Gothica, annoying ass capture puzzle, bro. You gotta, the way that you capture Gothica is that you shoot fire onto a spider web, and then you have to blow onto the fire to make it large enough, and you have to keep doing that for enough fires to get the Gothica out of the nest. Oh, I hated that puzzle. Made me lightheaded. Gothica Colt, oh my god, so ugly. Gothica Max, not bad. Axolotl, adorable. I think, what was the puzzle again? I forgot the puzzle. Axolotl Colt, ugly. Axolotl Max, the most badass axolotl I've ever seen in my life. Okay, we got Ocelotl, one of my favorite designs, hands down. One of my favorite designs in all of Shadow Zone. This is either this or Shui. He was going to be the thumbnail for my 100%. I can't pick. Ocelotl Colt, like it. Ocelotl Max takes the cake. Absolute beautiful design. I think it looks the best out of any invisible in Shadow Zone. Chupacabra, not bad. Chupacabra Colt. Was this in the first game? I love Chupacabra Max. Griffinator, loved Griffinator. Love Griffinator Colt. Love Griffinator Max. I love the design. Would smash 10,000%. Would keep as a dragon pup. Okay, Robo Keto, another fan favorite design. I love the capture puzzle where you have to mix match the like arrow analog sticks on the direction of its eyes. Love the Colt form. Love the Max form. Love the capture puzzle for the Max form as well too. Crookie, whatever. Fun puzzle. You have to make it dizzy with what is it called? With sparks, I believe. Colt, whatever. Max, not bad. I've definitely seen a dead vulture on the road somewhere. Steel Tail, you get it from a tournament, not bad. I think I have like 10 of these. Steel Tail Colt, whatever. Steel Tail Max, nice design. Hippopotamus, the puzzle made me mad at first, then it grew on with me. Hippopotamus Colt, not bad, but Hippopotamus Max, that's where it's at. Smash. Ha-Hyena, definitely a fan favorite. This guy has the, what is it called? The Ha-Hyena glitch, where you can get the, what is it called? Like the glitch attack stat. I never figured out how to do it. Doesn't work for me. I don't know why. We got Meep Subway Surfers puzzle. Cult form. I love, okay, I think Shadow Zone has some of the coolest max forms. They're all super feral looking. I played Lost Tribes already, and I would say that most of the max forms in Lost Tribes aren't really like, they don't look cool, crazy, scary. Crocodilla, I think you get this from a tournament. I like the max form. It's a crocodile gorilla. Hammer Shark, I love. Okay, the Hammer Shark puzzle, you have to basically walk around and you use a sonar and avoid mines to find 3 pearls. I fucking hated this puzzle. It was really glitchy, and also my card, whenever like I scan it on the edge of my table, it would like go off the end of the table, and then I would just lose the puzzle. But I will say the Colt, not bad. The max form, badass. Love this design. Cac Allator. I hated the puzzle. It wasn't too bad. It was just math and pretending to be a calculator. But the max form, I do wish it was a little bit more cooler. I do like it though. Orca Pup, I like the pup form more than the max form. The pup form looks like it's gonna be like this buff ass fish. And then you get the Colt form and it gets a little bit more buff, but then the max form kind of just looks chunky. Headhorn, I hate you. Max form looks really cool though. Shang Mao, the pup, like it. It's a panda, like the Colt, like the max too. I think this is a really cool invisible. Chinling, we got Son Goku looking ass. The max form is nothing really too special. Glaucus, I love Glaucus Max. I love this design. It looks like Kyogre. Super cool, super spiky. Then we got my all-time favorite, Shui here from Invisible Shadow Zone. I think this is the token Invisible for Shadow Zone. It's on all of the cover art. It is the Tiger Shark of Invisible Shadow Zone. I will die by that. Then we got Goldbug, which is a surprising guy. This, the puzzle of him is, it's like the rat from Invisibles 1. And I love the max form. Look at it. It does a pose, and then it just freezes. That is so uncanny. We got Pesci. I hate you. I hate you. Although I do like the max form. It looks like a monster. Sandflame, I love Sandflame. I think Sandflame, who's Sandflame's puzzle like? You basically have to get him dizzy with a doll. I really like Sandflame Max. I guess I just like all the ones that look crazy. Firecracker, we already know from Firecracker from Invisibles 1. And then we got Shizuku. I like Shizuku a lot. I think the stats are great. I like the design. It's like a samurai pig, even though it looks kind of funky, but I think it matches. And then we have Koi Fish, I think, who is one of my new favorites in Shadow Zone. I think the attacks are really cool. I love the second form, and third form is kind of creepy. But then we have all of the historical Invisibles. We got Cool Can, scary name, but cool design. We got Yeti, fun boss fight. We got Pahoho, fun puzzle. We got Shapeshifter, loved this fight. This was amazing. I loved it. And I love his design as well. Although I wish it was a Wendigo. We got Shenlong. Love this design. Love the boss fight. I love everything about this. I think this is the Invisimal that I rolled with when I was a kid because I just like the design. We got Jungleius from the multiplayer exclusive stuff. We got all of the dragons from, Invisimal's 1. These are all from the save file that I took them all. They're, all multiplayer exclusive. I can't catch these, so they're just here though. Then we have all of the Dark Invisimals. Dark Flameclaw, love the design. Dark Rattle Raptor. I like the design of this too, but I feel like Flameclaw is one of my favorites, so it would take the cake. But I do love the orange and green. Green is my favorite color. Then we got Dark Flamos. I think the peak design of a Dark Invisimal simply because of the color scheme. Then we got Dark Hilltopper, my baby. Then we have Dark Bratbat, which I don't really see a difference of, but I think that's because I never really played with Bratbat a lot. And it's also upside down. Then we have Dark Ice Lion, the token trope of a Dark Invisimal. Love him. And then we have all the secret Invisimals. So we got Mosasaur, we got Dimetrodon, we got Sanctacaris, we got Archipede. It's a fossil fighter dinosaur. We have a Triceratops, then we have a T-Rex, and now we have Unicorn, which is what you get for getting all the max forms for Invisible Shadow Zone. Then we have Nautilus from the, I think, the Capture Alliance puzzle, and then we obviously ended off with Sackboy, which is also from the Invisible Alliance puzzle. And then obviously we have the Tiger Sharks. But yeah, that is every single Invisimal in Invisible Shadow Zone. I think after playing Lost Tribes, I will say Invisimal's 1, my favorite in terms of nostalgia. Invisimal's 2, my favorite in terms of designs. Invisimal's 3, or Lost Tribes, my favorite in terms of how many Invisibles there are and overall just gameplay. It is the best polished, best experience in terms of everything, and I think it is a true culmination of every single Invisibles game so far. But in terms of design, I will say Shadow Zone takes the cake. I love every design in this game except for you, Pesci. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching Invisible Shadow Zone. I know this video is really late and it's coming out of left field, but I just wanted to revisit, get all the Invisibles before I completely forget, and then do it for Lost Tribes. But yeah, I just wanted to do it all in order. Sorry once again for missing out on uploads. Just playing Expedition 33. I love that game. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys want to check out the full 100% video where I kind of commentate over everything and share my thoughts and the story and basically have a more well-polished video that is going to be up on my main channel. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, it's been Adrian, guys.